She was dressing while admiring her beauty in the mirror. She then comments with her husband how beautiful and sexy she was. He agrees, but asks why she cares so much about beauty. She gets annoyed with the question and says, "Do I have to walk around ugly now? I do like to dress up, and I also wanted to walk pretty and wear good clothes." The two continue arguing and he asks where she would go with that short dress. She replies that she would go to the mall to do more shopping, even though he asked her to try to control herself, because they had some debts and no much money. She didn't listen and got annoyed more and more, saying that he didn't stop complaining, and that every time she went out to buy clothes it was the same fight as always. He kept trying to explain how broke they were and that she should be more understanding, but it was like she didn't care. So she took her purse and left the man talking alone. Sitting on the bed, he commented on all the notifications on his cell phone that he received with each purchase she made and that, in addition to all the expenses, she didn't care about him anymore. She didn't even ask how he was. Before going to the mall, she went to the kitchen to ask her maid to prepare something to her husband eat and took the opportunity to criticize the poor woman. She said that the maid should improve her clothes, and even said that her perfume caused a headache just to smell it, hardly knowing that her husband was listening to everything. Outside the apartment, she checks her purse to see if her husband's card is there and leaves mocking his face. In the kitchen, Pedro tries to apologize to the maid for his wife's rude attitudes and comments on how much she has changed with him lately. William agrees and says that her boss really changed a lot and that if things continued like that, she will ask to leave. He immediately tells her that she doesn't need to leave and that he'll fix the situation. William says that she doesn't know how he's going to solve this situation and says he deserved a real woman and leaves to continue her work. While she tidies up the house, he is admiring that woman, thinking how much a good person she must be and laughs when imagining himself in love with her. Returning to the house full of shopping bags, his wife talks to a friend on the phone about all the dresses she bought and about the $5,000 she spent on the card, showing that she doesn't care about paying for all that. So she walks into the house smiling with all her purchases and commenting to her maid about everything she bought. And she takes out an imported perfume and comments to William that it was a real perfume. And after rubbing the perfume on her neck, demands that she smell it, even though the maid refuses to do so. And once again, with a mocking face, she humiliates her saying that it was a good perfume and that she would never be able to have one like it. When leaving and heading towards the room to find her husband, she has a surprise. He makes her go back to the kitchen and, annoyed, asks the maid what his wife had told her, but William is silent. So he asks his wife if she's not ashamed to belittle a person like that, making her smell his perfume as if she were better because of that. But she doesn't regret it and says that she should be grateful for being able to smell a perfume like that, and with a lot of anger he says that it's nothing like that, and that in fact, she wants to belittle and humiliate her. Very angry, he says he is tired of all that. What she likes is humiliating people. Aline, in a contemptuous tone, says that if he is tired he should sleep. And to his wife's surprise, he says he's going to sleep, but away from her, because he's actually in love with another woman. And he says he is in love with William, the maid, making the two women speechless. Aline doesn't believe that statement, but he keeps affirming his passion, saying that she doesn't deserve him, and besides, she was able to spend all his money, leaving him all in debt while she walks down the beautiful street with the clothes that he paid. As she cries in disbelief at everything she is hearing and looking at the maid with contempt, he asks her to pack her things and leave the house. So she leaves crying, saying that it wouldn't stay like this. Meanwhile, he declares himself to William, asking her for an opportunity to be together and says that she is one of the most special people he ever met. Still surprised by it all, and a little embarrassed, she says she was happy with what he said, that he was a good man and that things will work out in the end. Love is not about beauty or appearances. True love can be where you least expect it.